Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joe Raiti from Raity's Rides, and I'm in downtown St. Pete for the 2018 St. Pete Grand Prix. If you're not aware, it's not just about the Indy cars. There's also a series called the Pirelli World Challenge Series that races cars that are very similar to the ones that you could drive right off that showroom floor and race them on the racetrack. What I have behind me, you might say, hey, it's just another Corvette, but this is something very rare. There is a guy by the name of Reeves Callaway. Reeves Callaway and Chevrolet have been going hand in hand for decades when it comes to high performance Corvettes. Back in the 80s, he came up with the idea to take twin turbochargers, put it on a Chevrolet Corvette, that 5.7 liter, tuned for fuel injected 350, and pump out crazy amounts of horsepower. But what's nuts is that it actually came with a warranty through General Motors. So that was something that was unheard of back then in the 80s. Fast forward into the 90s, the performance just kept upping and upping. He kept creating new Corvettes. He had one called the Sledgehammer, which is a Corvette that went over 200 miles an hour. Now fast forward to the 21st century, and now what we have with the C7 is this C7 AeroWagen. If you look at this Corvette, if you didn't notice, this whole back area right here, this is what makes the car unique. Besides what is underneath that hood, this rear section has been added. Normally it would just be a glass hatch, but he's taken the carbon fiber from the hood, brought it back, and created this AeroWagen hatch section. That's going to increase, believe it or not, aerodynamic efficiency and also give you something unique that when you roll up somewhere, you're not just going to have a Corvette or a Z06 Corvette, you're going to have something extra special. From the factory, they're doing this type of work. Let's look at the other part at the front end of the business here. What you're going to have is a supercharge. That SC stands for supercharged power. Now, normally on a Z06 Corvette or even the update ZR1, the supercharger is actually flipped upside down. That's going to help with the actual closure of the hood. Reeves Callaway doesn't care about that. Reeves Callaway wants to make you see that supercharger, and when you close this hood, that supercharger actually is going to be right through this opening on the hood. So if you go back to the 1960s and you're ever heard of a shaker hood, when you get on it, you can actually see that engine move the supercharger every time you get on the gas. These are things that you're not going to find on your standard Corvette. Other than that, up front, you can see that he kept the traditional Corvette styling because this stuff works. Chevrolet's been winning the 24 Hours Le Mans, Daytona, Sebring. This aerodynamics work. But by cutting that hole there, we allow that supercharger to shine through. Let's go back to the back of the car again. If you look back here, you can see how it really finishes off the car. It gives it a nice look. You have this beautiful carbon fiber rear spoiler here. It's got a wonderful weave. And as you can see, same story. You're looking at pretty much the back of the Corvette. What I really love is I love this way the central exhaust is styled on the Reeves Callaway Corvette. You know, the four pipes are cool. I guess more pipes, more power, some people believe. But I just love the way that it cleans the look of this car. And I'm telling you, back when I was in high school and Reeves was the first, think about it. If you go back to the early 1990s, Reeves took a Callaway Corvette, a very special one, and actually finished second in what was known as the GT2 class during the 24 Hours Le Mans. This was before Chevrolet got off their butts and decided to go back and bring the Corvette into racing and whatnot. Reeves was getting it done. So if you like seeing special cars like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to see more things like this, leave a comment in the comment section. Check out my website, raitiesrides.com. You can see me on Instagram with all original content, my Twitter page. If you haven't bought your shirt yet, click on that link in the description, 15 bucks. You can support the cause. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to save the passion of cars. I'm not here to show you cars that drive by themselves. I'm here to show you stuff like this. And like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.